Hello everyone. I'm starting this new technological lecture series where I will be talking about different softwares and how to use them. In today's video, I will be talking about how to use Staad.Pro Connect Edition and different features of it. So let's get started. So to open the Staad, you have to first do right click on the icon, then open. Continue. Then Staad will open. It will take some time. So once it opens, you will see several options. First is recent. Recent, it will show whichever the structures you have worked in near past. Like these are the few buildings that I have worked in last week and before. So there are other options too. The most important is you have to go to new to create a new structure. So after coming to new, you will be having this option, that is model information. Here you have to write the name of the structure. I am writing is a test 1, and you have to select a location where your structure will be saved. So I am selecting this location, and next you will see type of the structure: analytical, physical and building. So most of the time we will be working with analytical structure, and this is in physical structure is something new that Bentley has introduced in their Staad.Pro Connect Edition. And about building I will be talking about later in my other videos. Next comes the units. This is very important because you have to select it here only, otherwise after starting the structure you may get difficulties. So there are two units. First is English and second one is metric. Metric is if you are familiar working with meters, millimeters, as lengths and as load as kilonewton, metric ton, etc., then you should choose metric. And if you are familiar with pound, feet, then you should go with English. But most of the time we use metric only, but you can change it as per your requirement. Then comes the job info. In job info you write the name of the job, like whichever it is. I am writing is as test 1, or you can write your project name, whatever you want. Then you can write the client name for whom you are working. Then every project has a specific job number, so that you can write it here. Then revision number you have to give. Revision number is when you start a drawing or a design, it goes several number of revisions until client approves it. So generally it starts from 0 or 1 and it keeps on going. So I am writing it as 0. Then you can write part number, reference number. These are not that important. And next you have to write the name of the engineer here. Here you can write your name. I am writing mine. And you have to give the date on which you are working. Then you have to give the checker name and approver name. Then date for those as well. So generally in any organization these are the basic things that is required. Like first you will design, then somebody will check, then this will get approved by somebody else. But this process can get complicated also, that I am not going further. Okay, so now once we are done with it, we click on create. So this is the user interface of Bentley Staad.Pro Connect Edition. So after coming here, we are seeing several options here. This is called menu bar, and here also under each option there are several other options as well. So I am starting with the first option, that is file. If I left click on it, this menu will come. Here I can see the job information that we have already inserted. Same thing is showing. So if you don't have inserted these values initially, you can write it here as well. So it will show other informations also. After once you are done with the structure, it will show how many nodes have been created, etc. Then from here also you can create a new structure. You can open an existing structure and you can save it. You can save as, you can print, you can import and export from AutoCAD drawings, etc. So this is file option. After file, above the file you can see save option is there again. Like when you are working, after every sometime, like you can save it for future reference. By chance if you don't have a power backup or something, this is a very important thing that you should do. This is again open file option to open an existing file. this is close file, this is undo and redo. Okay, so under grid there are several options. First is grid, then structural wizard, etc. Okay, so first going there, before going there, let me tell you about these options. That is first geometry, then properties, materials, specifications, supports, loading, analysis, design. These are the basic step of designing any structure or any building. That is, whenever you are working, first you have to define the geometry, how your structure is like what is the skeleton of the structure that you have to make in a single line diagram. Once your skeleton is ready, you go to properties. Then you assign materials, like whether it is concrete, steel, whichever it is. Then specification. Specification means if your beam is having some offset, or like if it is a steel to steel moment connection, or it is a shear connection. Then you go to support, like whether it is a fixed support, it's concrete to concrete support, or it is like it is a pin support, like if you are having base plate. So those things you can define here. Then comes the loading. In loading you have to define the dead loads, that is like whichever load you are having in that building, like brick wall load, self weight of the building, wind load, seismic load, etc. And then after assigning the loading, we go to analysis and assign certain parameters such as cover, clear cover, then compressive strength of concrete, yield strength, maximum bar that we are going to use as a main reinforcement, then maximum and minimum bar for the secondary reinforcement, etc. that we insert here. And after doing that, we go to design and perform the design. So these are the basic things that we do. And above in the menu panel, as you can see, under geometry there are several options. In view option, then select specification, loading, analysis and design, utilities. So this, don't get confused, because when you are starting with this it may look very complicated, but once you start working in it day by day, it will get easy and you will be accustomed with this environment. So to start any structure, first you have to go to geometry and grid, and you have to click on beam grid, left click. So this option will open. This is snap node or beam option. So here you have to click on edit. After clicking on edit, it will show you this option: planes, angle of planes, and grid origin. So what is plane? It is telling there are three planes: XY, XZ and YZ. This is nothing but the planes that is parallel to our axis. Like if you can see here in my mouse pointer, this is our global axis. It is showing X, Z and Y. So XY means the plane which is parallel to X and Y axis. Then XZ, if I click on it, you will see the plane changes. So this is a plane which is parallel to my X and Z axis. Then comes our YZ plane. YZ plane is something which is parallel to our Y and Z plane. Okay. So basically you can start from any plane and you can keep on working. But most of the time maybe X and Z is the most useful thing that you can start with. Okay. After this is parallel to the X and Z axis. If you want your plane to be inclined with the axis in any direction, like XX, YY and ZZ, then you can add the inclination of your plane as per your requirement. Then comes the origin, grid origin, that is defined here. This is generally 0, 0, 0, that X coordinate, Y coordinate, Z coordinate. So this point, as you can see, 0, 0, 0. In X direction 0, Z also 0, height also is 0. So this is our origin, from where we start our geometry. So if I click on Shift I, we can see the global axis once again here, which is showing red as Y, blue as X and green as Z. This color coding also we have to remember when we will be doing plate modeling as well, and we will be seeing the global and local axis of each member. Okay, so to start with the demo, I am just drawing a single node here in 0, 0, 0 point, then clicking on escape. Then you can close this option. So this grid will go. Now I will go to select cursor. I will select a node cursor. So there are different cursors. This node cursor is to select a node. I am just hiding that global axis, and I will turn on the node points. So right click, then go to levels, then under levels you just click on node points and OK. If you don't do this, you can do another option also, that is you can see K is written here, so shift K, you will do the same as you can see here. So our first node is created. So after that, once the first node is created, you close that grid snap node and grid beam option. Then you come to select. You come here and select your node cursor. There are beam cursor also. When you will have one beam, this cursor will help you select that beam. This node cursor won't be able to select that beam element. Again, plate cursor, solid cursor, and different kinds of cursors are there to just select the point which you want to work. Then after selecting the node cursor, I am selecting the particular node. So I want to create a simple frame which will help you to understand it better. So after creating it, I am right clicking on my right mouse button and copy, Ctrl C, same thing. So after copying, I want this node to be 1 meter apart from this existing node. So I will click on paste nodes. Here you can see it is showing as move my current clipboard selection by distance. I can write this node, make it another 5 meter distance, so it will move it. So, and second point is by the following XYZ values, I can write the coordinate where I want this node to go. So I want my node to move another 2 meter in X direction. This is 0, 0, 0. So if I want my node to move another 2 meters in X direction, so that coordinate will be 2, Y will be 0, Z will be 0. So as you can see, my nodes have been created 2 meters apart. So if you want to check it, you will go to utilities and then select on node tools, then node to node distance, then click on the first node, click on the second node. You can see it is 2 meters. So now I want 2 meter height of these two nodes. So again I will go back to select. I will select the node cursor. I will select both the nodes by left clicking and selecting the all the two nodes. Then I will be again right clicking on here, click on copy, again right click paste. Then I will be giving 2 meter height. So Y direction it will be plus 2 meter. I'm giving plus 2 meter. OK. Then I will go to geometry once again. Then I will click on add beam. I will click on here. I will click on my second node. I will click on here. Click on my this node. Again this. So one frame is created. So I will just show the dimensions of it for verification. You go to utilities, node tools, node to node distance. You can see as we have assigned, it is also 2 meters. So this is our geometry for understanding. So now I will remove the dimensions. How to remove the dimensions? Go to utilities, node tools, then remove node to node distance. Everything will be removed. Now if you want to see the numbers of these nodes, right click, go to labels. Here under labels you click on node numbers. It will show you the node numbers. If you want to see the number of these beams, you go to beams, click on beam numbers. This number of these beams will be shown. Click on OK, it will be gone. Now after creating the geometry, or as I told, these what you can see, geometry properties material. This is my series like in which I have to work. First my geometry is created. This is my geometry. Now I will go to properties. I will assign properties to it. So let me give it as some concrete column and beam. So I will click on define. After clicking on define, you will get different options: circle, rectangular, T, trapezoidal. So whichever profile you want to give. So let's say I want to assign a rectangular property to my columns. So as you can see here, this column section is showing ZD is the width, YD is the depth. So I am giving it as 250 by 250 column. So as is it is in meters, I am writing 0.25 and ZD also 0.25. And material, in this place only you can assign it. These are predefined materials, that is aluminium, concrete, stainless steel, steel. So I am assigning it as concrete. Then click on add, then close this option. So you are having this 250 by 250 rectangular block here. So if you want to assign it to your columns, click on the particular member where you want to assign, then again come here. You will see there are 4 assignment methods. First is assign to selected beams, then use cursor to assign, use edit list, assign to view. Use the selected beams means whichever beam I have already selected, and if I click on assign, it will be assigned. I just clicked on assign, it is showing the assignment method you have chosen to assign the beams. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So now this is R1, that is my 250 by 250 column. So the second option is edit list. If I know the name of the beams, I can directly write it here. It will automatically assign. So if I write 1 is already there, this column. So if I write 2 and click on assign, it will automatically assign this member as 250 by 250. Let's check. I'm clicking on assign. So as you can see, it has already assigned this. Now my third option is assign to view. Assign to view means whichever members you are having, if you click on assign to view, it will assign to all the members. So I'm clicking to assign to view. So as you can see, all my members have been assigned to 250 by 250 column and beam. Now I am going to my next option, that is materials. Materials, as you know, already we have assigned concrete. It is also showing here. So if I click on concrete, and as this button is checked, so it will be highlighted, as you can see right here. Then I will go to specification. In specification, generally we assign different things, like if it is a steel beam, steel structure, then if it is a moment connection, then what kind of specification it will be. If it is a shear connection, then you have to release few things. These things I will describe in my upcoming videos. So now here, because as it is a simple frame, I don't have to assign anything here. I will move on to my next option, that is support. This is very important. So after coming to this supports, you will see this edit option, create option and delete option. You will click on create. So after clicking on create, it will show you several type of supports that Staad is having. Like first one is fixed support, where you can see it is fx, fy, fz, mx, my, mz. That is force along x, y, z, moment along x, y, z is restrained. So if I click on it, this will come to this dialog box. Now second option is pinned. Pinned is where fx forces are restrained and moments are released. So this generally we use for base plates. Again fixed, but few things are released. That option is also there. If I want some forces or moments to be fixed and some to be released, that I can also assign here. Like if I want fx to be released, I can check on this box like that. These are things that I will discuss about detail in later when I will be doing steel structures. So first, to start with, I will be assigning fixed support. That is for any concrete building, you will be giving concrete foundation, that is fixed support you will be providing. So I am clicking on add. So it is coming here. So after, when it comes here, again the same method as I told, there are 4 options. Assign to selected nodes, that is not highlighted because now no nodes is selected. And assign to view means if I click on this, it will assign to all the nodes, not only here. I want my foundation to be in one. Okay, I will just remove this global axis. It will these 2 points are my foundations, 1 and 2. So if I click on click to assign to view, it will assign not only in 1 and 2, it will assign in 3 and 4 also, because it is also a node. I don't want that option. Use cursor to assign. When I click on this, you will see if I move my cursor, it will show on support. Like if I go here and click on this, it will assign it here. Okay, now third is assign to edit next. So if I write node number 1 and 2, it will automatically assign here. So another option that I was telling, that is, if you go to nodes, you select you go to select, you go to node cursor, you select the particular nodes where you want to assign the foundation, and see this option gets highlighted, and you click on assign. So my fixed support is assigned now. So let's look how our structure looks like. I will go to view, I will click on 3D rendering. That will show me the isolated view, isometric view of the structure. So this is my structure, 250 by 250 columns and beams, and foundation has been assigned. This is just for a reference. So after assigning the supports, I will go to loading. In loading, you will see different options: vehicle definition, time history definition, which is used for seismic analysis, wind definition, snow loading, reference load, seismic load, pushover load, different kinds of load you will get. So how to assign loads? Click on this load case detail, you click on add, this option will come, primary load cases. You write load case number 1 as dead load, and you select the type here as dead. Click on add, so this dead load will come here. Again you click on live load, click on add, then you come here, you write here live load. You select the loading type as live, click on add, it will come here. So just for a dummy purpose, I'll assign few loads, random loads. The first load, which is very important, is self load of the building, self load of the structure. So as this is a concrete member, so if I click on add, so you will see self weight, nodal weight, member weight, physical member weight, different options will come. So all this I will talk about later in separate videos where you will understand better. So here in self weight, I am assigning self weight is y direction minus 1 factor. That is, my self weight is acting downwards, and the factor is minus 1. Like actual whatever is the weight of my structure will be applied on my structure. So this is minus 1. I am clicking on add, so it is coming here. So now as you know, all my structures has to be assigned. Now I can click on assign to view option, and I can assign it. It is again telling the assignment method you have chosen is assigned to view. Do you want to proceed? I am clicking on yes. So my whole structure has been assigned to self load. Okay, now live load. So for here as a dummy load, I am applying something. So I am clicking again here, then I am coming to nodal load. As you can see here, fx, fy, fz, mx, my, mz you can add. So I am just as a dummy purpose, I am applying minus 10 kilonewton as a dummy load in 2 nodes. I am clicking on add. So as you can see, the load has come here. So again I will click on the load. Now I will select the node cursor. I will go to select node cursor. I will select this node and this node. I will apply this 10 kilonewton node in this both the nodes. I will click on assign to select nodes, assign to selected nodes, then I will click on assign. Now as you can see, this load has been applied here. Okay, so after doing this, we go to analysis, and here we select the properties for which we need to design. Like there are steel and concrete. These are two the major things that we design. If we go to steel, there are several design codes available. Staad supports almost 50 countries' national code, which you can use for designing. So for steel, generally in India we use IS 800 that you can use, and if it is a concrete structure, for our case here now we will go to concrete, and if it is Indian structure, Indian code we are following, then we will go with IS 456. And if you are working with American code, then you can go with ACI codes and Mexican codes, and there are several other options also available. So as of now I am clicking on IS 456. So after clicking here, you have to click on select parameters. So there are different parameters that is available, that is clear cover, design, FC compressive strength of concrete, FY main, FY sec, everything you will get here. So those things you can apply here. So as this is a demo structure, I am not going into that detail. Those things I will come in show in my later like next videos, where I will be showing you how to design a full G+2 storage, G+3 storage, G+4 storage, whichever you want. Everything I will upload one by one. There I will apply from scratch, like from starting the geometry to the design. Every process I will describe. So in this video, only for a demo purpose, I am assigning design beam, design column. I am clicking on add. These two options are coming. I am clicking this to, I am adding this design beam to this and design column to this. This is only demo purpose. This is not an actual structure. So once your assignment method is done here, we go to design and we click on run analysis. The structure has been modified, whether you want to save it or not. So before running, it will ask for this. So I am saving it. Now it will run the structure and it will give you the results. As you know, like here I have not given the perform analysis command. That's why it is showing me this error. So I will go again to geometry. I will go to utilities, then I will go to command file. So this is the editor where you can work. This is like outside you have that graphical user interface, and this you can call it as a programming interface. Here you can add manually whichever you want. So I am giving here the perform analysis command. And I am saving it. So here other things also I want to show. Whichever you have given the details in the beginning, every details have been kept here. So you can see the date, engineer's name, joint coordinate. You can, this is by using, there is a graphical user interface, whichever you are creating, everything has been replicated here. So if you write here also, whichever you want, same thing has been replicated to that structure as well. So as we have assigned isometric concrete, you can see elasticity it is showing, then Poisson ratio, density, alpha, damping, everything, whichever you want, that structural strength of concrete, that is compressive strength, that also it is showing. This is actually 25,000 that you have to modify before starting the work. Then member property that we have added 250 by 250 columns. Okay, fixed supports that we have added, then dead load we have added, self weight -1, live load. Then we have given the concrete design parameters and perform analysis, then finish. So I am saving this. I'll be running this once again. I'll go to analysis and design, run analysis. Okay, it is showing errors because I have not assigned the design properties properly. So best thing is, in this video I should remove this, because if I start this will take a lot of time. So I am just removing it, and I will just show you the perform analysis results. So designing we are not doing in this video. So analysis, run analysis. This time it will run with no errors and no warnings and no notes. So we will go to post processing. Done. This is now my dead load and live load, both is showing here. I will click on apply and OK. So my structure has been analyzed, and I can see all the details like utilization ratio, displacement, deflection, my moment diagrams, everything I can see here. This is my deflected shape of the structure. As there is not much load applied, so we are unable to see the bending moment and deflection much. This is the FX, FZ, MX, MY, MZ, everything you can see it here. This detail, everything I can cover in next video, where I will be doing a building design. There these things will be cleared. So this is all about the all the details for the beginners who are starting with Staad.Pro. So I will show you one more building, like to make you familiar with how Staad environment is and how in which environment you will be working and which kind of structures you will be creating. So this is one of the building that I have done in the last weeks. This is a RCC building, 4-story RCC building. So height of the structure you can see here. If I click on node to node distance, this is a 20-meter high building with floors. Now, so I will go to view, I will go to 3D rendering. So this is the structure, how it looks like. As you can see, these foundations will be here in this level. Then this is the ground level where plinth beams are there. These are the floor beams of first floor, second floor. Then this is the staircase, and this is the mumty room, and this is roof. As you can see here, one open balcony kind of open roof kind of thing is also provided. And in magenta color we have added the slab plate element we have added. So this is a simple RCC building. I will show you one more building. Like slowly you will get familiar with this system, and you can also create this kind of structures. So this is another structure. So I will turn off the node points that I just explained how to do it. Right click, go to levels, you click on node points. So it will be like this. So this structure looks heavy and you can't understand what it is, so better to go to view and 3D rendering. So this is my structure. This is a steel structure where all the detailing has been done, each and every member has been modeled, and the analysis and design has been done, has been performed. So this kind of structure also you will be able to do in few months. So that's all for today for the beginner episode 1 session. So thank you for watching, and please share this video with your friends, and do subscribe the channel to get the latest updates about the next videos that I will be uploading one by one. Thank you.